Welcome to the Coast to Coast show from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I'm Scotty McKeever, and we've got the pick 5 from Santa Anita Park and Gulfstream Park. It's a 15% takeout, everybody, and it goes in between Gulfstream Park and Santa Anita Park, and it's going to go pretty fast today. Of course, we've got the big one. We've got the Florida Derby today. Can you beat Forte? Or better yet, can Forte win from the 11 post? That's all the rage. That's all the talk. He doesn't appear anyways, to have caught a very strong field, but he is attempting to win from a post position that not a lot of horses have done. Very few, in fact, have done. There are a total of 200 points that will be awarded here in the Florida Derby, 100, which goes to the winner. He most likely doesn't even have to run. I think he's secured a spot as he has 90 points. But nonetheless, I do think it's important that he gets some momentum coming into the Derby. I don't think you want to go in with bad momentum. We will find out in race 14 here from Gulfstream Park. I don't want to be remiss. There is a mandatory payout here at Gulfstream Park of its expected total pool of $5 million in the Rainbow Pick 6. So you don't want to miss that. And we're going to have a lot of good stuff today. Yours truly is ahead in the Florida Derby contest right now. Let's see right now. I'm on the leaderboard, I believe, last time I checked. So I've got a pretty good lead right now, 14,344 with 5 races to go. What's my strategy? I need some help. I don't know. Should I just chill? I'd like to get an NHC spot. I didn't qualify last year, so I don't know. I have to, patience is going to be a virtue, I think, here. So, but it's good to see everybody out. Mandatory payout is tomorrow. What's up, Kent, Michael in the house, and Wiz, Scotty, my man Dan, and Jay. Hello to you, Alan, Joe, and Tony. There's Robert. Hello, Robert, and Karina. Gotta love Karina. Anyways, I also played I am in the lead right now in this NHC contest. So maybe I have a little bit of momentum right now. I kind of like the 8 horse a little bit as a long shot here in this race number 10. I know race number 1 at Santa Anita just went off, but hey, Steve, David Harrison, my man, what's going on? Patience. See, I need all the help I can get, David. But I hit the last race pretty good. I really liked the 4 horse over the 1 over the 6. I mean, I had that thing cold. And so I hit race number 9 pretty good. In this race, I didn't think the 6 had to win the race. I think it deserves favoritism. I didn't think you could ignore the 8 horse. So hey, Delroy, how are you? Thank you, Karina. So a lot of good stuff going on at EquinEdge. As you know, there was an article done in the Financial Times. If you haven't checked that article out, it's pretty cool. And also we've got a lot of new products coming out in the next month. So I'm not going to tell you when and where, but we had a release last week. You didn't even know, but it's a lot of back end stuff that helps the site run smoother. And so the team's got on a pretty good sprint right now, what they call it in the development world. They're doing pretty good. So this is all about you. Thank you so much, Karina. For me, I don't even have to make another play in the tournament if I don't want to. I made a 5th one. I did an exacta box 6-8, and I bet the 8 to win a little bit. That's what I'm doing, and I might not make another play the entire time. I've really been impatient whenever I've had the lead, and so I need to just probably chill a little bit. So Tony likes the 4. Thank you, Dan, so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was Oliver did a wonderful job. When they write an article on you, you never know. I thought, okay, this could be bad. They don't really tell you everything it's going to be about. They don't tell you what they're going to say. So I was a little nervous. So it was really nice. Oliver, he did EquinEdge and myself. He was very kind. And I did get lost. I was sitting there talking his ear off, and we're driving down the 95 freeway, and I'm not paying attention. And I pass the exit, Hallandale, for Gulfstream Park. And then right when I passed, traffic, a ton of traffic. And now I'm lost because I've never passed the exit like that before. And so I had to put on my GPS, and we're lost. And it was cool though. He handled it, and I got a bit chatty. And then we went to the Express Bet Select Suites. That was a lot of fun. I want a big shout out to them at Express Bet Select, Bev and Bill. They were just so kind. Letting the photographer. Speaking of the photographer, Rose fantastic. She took at least 100 pictures. They post one picture. One picture. What's up, El Novato? So, of course, if you haven't seen the Stretch Run show, it's on Fridays with Oldie and Justin. They continue to do an amazing job. Of course, both of them are fantastic handicappers, and they know how to use EquinEdge as good as anybody. So you don't want to miss those shows. Also, the coaching classes. They look at this is how you do it. But if you don't see anything here, it's because they are getting booked. So you want to book ahead of time. Do me a favor. If you book, please don't just not show up. At least unbook. But you can see here this entire week coming up is completely booked. But we're adding 2 more coaching classes, one in Espanol, and another one Oldie's going to do on the 13th. So he'll do this Thursday. So he's going to do, there's still 14 spots on the 13th. And then I'm going to do the 1 o'clock. So that's Eastern time. And you can see these lit up and you just click on it. And it's really easy to sign up for a class. And then, maybe look out for another show coming up soon. So there's a few things in the works that it could be great. Hi, Angela. How are you? Weather's good here. I don't see any rain or anything like that coming up at Gulfstream Park, so I think you're good there. I didn't see the weather forecast over at Golden Gate Fields. We'll probably cover a little bit of that, but it's really going to be all about Santa Anita and Gulfstream Park and the Florida Derby. We should just start to talk now. Can Forte win from the 11 hole? I'm going to tell you guys a story. True story. One of the very first tournaments I ever played was in the Pegasus. I want to say 5 years ago, and I got 3rd place in that tournament. And that's when I really started getting a zest for playing in cash tournaments. And I remember, and this is not a slight to Dave Weaver at all, who's a very good friend of mine. I was in the 1st or 2nd position, and I knew that I was going to hammer Gunrunner. Gunrunner, I had bet in the Breeders'. I bet Gunrunner every single time. One of my favorite horses, and he had the 10 hole that day. And of course, the Breeders' Cup Classic distance is 1.25 miles. But from that post, as like today in 1 1/8 miles, 9 furlongs here in the Florida Derby. But anyways, Dave and a friend of his comes over and says, "Hey, who are you betting in the Classic?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to hammer Gunrunner." He's like, "Well, just be careful because only 2 horses and 200 have won from that post position." I'm like, "You got to be kidding me." And I loved Bob Baffert's horse, West Coast, who drew the 2 horse that day, or 2 hole. What do? I'm in 3rd place going into the Classic, and I bet, I want to say $5,000 to win on West Coast, who goes off at like 8-1. And Gunrunner wins, and West Coast comes in 2nd. I mean, that'd be two classics for me, Pegasus, if I would have just bet that right. But I got thrown off. I guess here's the difference though between Forte and Gunrunner. Of course, Gunrunner is one of the best horses of all time that we've seen, at least in our lifetime. Whereas Forte, and oh, by the way, Gunrunner has speed, like a lot of natural speed that he can carry a long way. We don't know if Forte can do that. And now he draws wide. The pace number says that he's got the slowest pace. So I don't know. I have mixed feelings. We're going to have to look at it. It's a game day decision. I kind of like the 9 a little bit as a long shot. I think I've come up with another one that could be a long shot, the 4 horse. And so we won't make this race over Golden Gate, I don't believe. We've got Gulfstream Park race number 10 coming up. 6 horse is going to be tough to beat. Give the 8 a bit of a look at 7-1 as they're loading into the gate. Let's get out. This is the 10th here. We've got Florida Derby Day here in coast to coast, and we'll get a golden hour in as well. No sound, huh? So weird. Testing 1, 2, 3. Audio's fine? Okay. You guys hear the PWCBC as well, right? You can hear the call? Okay, Scotty. All right, they got the 2 in there. You guys hear Pete, right? You can hear the call? GP, no audio? Weird. No, he's speaking. That's weird. All right. Well, I'm gonna. That's so weird. 5 horse broke terrible. Really like the way the 8 broke. Oh, wait, I got to call it, huh? Love in the Air is got the lead, but not very easily. Really, the horse getting the best grip right now is Princess Ethereum. The 8 horse, Irad's going to be wide, and he might be the best, but that's not a good place to be. I hope the 8's got horse. I really do. Here comes the 8. Come on, 8, go. Come on, 8, go. Come on, girl, go. 8, 6. 8, 6. 8, 6. Yeah. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, 6 didn't get a good trip. Hey, listen, we got that exacta box, and that helps my tournament play. And oh, jeez, that 8. Ah, in this one, I sure could have used that 8. I'm goodness. Let's see here. Show. What I have in this one. I had the 8 on both of them. That's all right. I get place money there. You had that single, Oldie? The 6 was much the best, but 8 ran a big race, and that would have been super nice for many reasons if that 8 could have won that race. Wow. Clearly the 6. We got that run, Karina. We got that exacta. All right. What did I do in here, right? I did 6-8 exacta box for $100. Bet 200 went on the 8, but that's okay. It should keep me in the lead. I've got my 5 bets in there. I've got decisions to make. Did I veto? I don't know. Man, that sure would have been nice. What's the exact to pay for $1 on that? No, the 6 definitely was the best in the race, no doubt about it. Thank you, Karina. Thank you very much. What a race. I don't know why you guys couldn't hear. I'm going to remove this from the screen. Tell me if you guys can hear Matt. $8? That's a really good question, Ron. That's a really good question. I mean, that's a really good question. Razor in the house. What up, my man? You can hear? You guys can hear Matt? All right, so something's going on with the feed over at Gulfstream. Hopefully we can get that back. Oh, yeah, that was a poor start, Mike. You can't hear the call, Brad? No, Matt? But Angela says she can hear him. That's so weird. You guys, no, you can hear me. I don't know. Steve, no, Matt? Angela, you could hear him? Oh. Ed, you don't hear the sound of Matt? Angela's the only one that hears Matt. That's so weird. Came in 4-3 up at Golden Gate Fields. Yeah, that's so weird. Only hear me, but not the race call. I don't know what that could possibly be. It would make no sense. Huh. Okay, so let's see where this puts me. 14,805 in the tournament. We'll see. That keeps me in the lead. Um, okay. What do we got? There's Laurel Park race number 8 coming up. Let's see if there's anything here. There's a big pace advantage here for this one horse Acadian Girl. 7-5 right now. What's up, Chuck? You hear the Mets game? No, that doesn't count, Steve. Yeah, we're going to go to Santa Anita. All right. Santa Anita coming up in 8 minutes. I did handicap this. Looks like. So here you can see my notes. One, the work seemed to be fast, but no gate workout. And the rail's not a good draw. So I'm going to watch this one. The 6 horse, a bullet drill in the last, really didn't run a bad race against better from the rail, is what my note says. But the jockey trainer combination is 0 for 7, and the form looks atrocious as far as the way this horse finishes. But this is an easier field. But look, it faced a 44 group 2 back. I still think this horse is going to run a good race. The 7 horse likes to stop. I mean, I'm a little surprised to see the 2 horse dead. I really thought the 2 horse was an interesting and could run a good race. Let's see where I get here in this tournament now. 7th of 388. All right. So I didn't like the 3. I didn't feel like it faced that much. The 7 horse always stops. I don't like that there's no gate work. What's up, Brent? I do have a few horses that I'm thinking of. Thank you so much, Leslie. Thank you. I do have a few, Brent, but I'm not sure. I'm not just sure yet. We're gonna cover that in just a bit. We're gonna probably in a race or two from now. We're gonna go over there and start really looking at the Florida Derby. You know, it's 7 to 1 and 16%. This horse might be worth a bet. The 2. You know, I just think the 1's taking action, the 6 is taking action, so is the 3. You know, these aren't bad works. I like this gate drill right here. You see this? First of all, look, 33 of 115. That was back in January. Back in January, this horse is putting up some nice time. And then a gate drill, 17 of 58, showing that maybe this horse has a little bit of speed as well. And then look at this. I love this 6 furlong maintenance drill here. Get some air into the horse. I think it's fantastic. I just have Kristen Mulhall can get a horse to win. I don't know. I think the 2 horse is an interesting horse in a race that's wide open. Yeah, we need to start handicapping the coast to coast as well very soon. That starts in race number 12. So in 49 minutes, it starts in race 12 at Gulfstream Park. There's a list of it right there. Thank you, Brian. And then goes to race number 13. And then on over to the 3rd leg, which is race number 6. And then it goes to the Florida Derby right here. And then finishes off at Santa Anita's race number 7 in a $200,000 stakes race. What's up, Michael Garcia? So we'll get back to that. Okay. Let's see. So we've got 4 minutes before race number 2. Again, I think I'm on the 2 horse. We lost, Alan? What did we lose? What did we lose? Which race are we talking? Hey, David. Lexi in the house. What up, Lexi? What's up, David? What did we lose? We didn't lose anything. No, they want you to stay all day long, Brett. That's what they want. And so yeah, no. Okay. 7-1. Let's see, these odds aren't changing. 2-1 on the one. I don't like. Wait. Let me take a generator. Excuse me 1 second. Yeah, that's true too, what Oldie said. Hopefully we'll have sound here. Can you guys hear the girls talking right now? Well, John Nichols continuing to do really good. He's moved up a little bit. I moved up a little bit, so I still have a bit of a lead with 4 races to go. So that's encouraging. What's up, Chris Walsh? Thank you very much. They usually they pay the network to broadcast. Yes. There's a look at Robert's ticket. You couldn't hear anything, Brad? Man, there is nothing on my end I could possibly do. Don't know what I could do. You guys can hear me. You can hear the sound. I'm clicking the sound here. You know what? Let me try this. I'm going to log out and log back in. Let's try this and let's see if we can get lucky. Let me know if you guys can hear Frank. All right. I think the 2 horse. Oldie, I think 5. I think. No Frank, Brad. So weird. So 1 broke very slow. I just hate when a jockey does that. The jockey on the 2 is who's taking the horse back. That's the worst thing you can do, like that. Grab him and now go after him. It's just completely confusing. That 2 was running so good, and then he went and grabbed him. I put a note on that too because that 2 can run. The jockey just confused the hell out of him. So it's going to be the 2 favorites. Evan always stops, but I think he's going to hold on here. 7. Wow. How about that 1? Watch that 1 next time, guys. Wow. No track sound, huh? Gosh darn it. That 1 would have won for fun. Yeah, I don't know why there's no sound. I mean, you guys can hear me, so it doesn't make any sense to me at all. Um, yeah, no, see, the thing is, my computer's not on mute at all. Hmm. I know, Chris. I don't know. I don't know what it could be because you guys can hear me. You wouldn't be able to hear me. I have nothing on mute. Huh. So strange. Anybody know who won the 9th race at Tampa Bay? Let me know. Gulfstream Park race number 11 is coming up, and it's only a 5-hour drive. Let's do so this is the system singling. The number 4. Who got second, Lexi? Oh, he did? Okay. So weird. Okay, I had the 5. Okay, thank you, Joe. I had the 5 in this tournament, so I'm hanging in there. Can you guys can't hear Frank? Thank you, Bill. Thank you. I tell you what a crowd they've got over at Gulfstream Park. You see this tent over here? They've got a lot going on over there. It's really. They have a bar inside there, and it's really like active and a lot of fun. A lot of people there. Okay. Let's look at the 11th race here at Gulfstream Park. Let's do a pick 4. Oh, okay. Okay. Justin just texted me this might work. Tell me if you can hear Frank.
Shambhala Girl was off very tardily. Smiling Amy and Blursday to the front. Oak Creek Gal comes away in third.
We need to meet over at Gulfstream Park, Chris.
Rail, followed by Miss Joe's Candy and a gap of
okay
to Shambhala Girl.
That worked.
It's Blursday to the half-mile pole leading the
way.
Okay. And clearing
Thank you, Oldie. Thank you, Justin. 2. All right. So we're gonna stay over at Gulfstream Park. I don't know why they're not on the track. It's a noise cancellation on StreamYard that just automatically goes on there. Like, it's just the weirdest thing. I don't know what they do. They do the weirdest stuff. Like, and you have to figure this stuff out. Like, It was fine before, like, and I didn't change it. So why change? So, okay. Who's playing, Chris? If I go on to a show without Anna, I'll be dead meat. Yeah, the tech is pretty messed up. All right, let's see. Let's see if I liked anything that we could key in on. These are, let's see. Okay, here seems like the 2-5. They both seem to have upside. Oh, I agree. All right. I did like this race. I liked only the 2 and the 5. So we can narrow that down from 4 horses to 2. Okay. Now this is getting interesting. I'd be dead. GSR plus on the 9. Here in this race 11. What's the issue? So 9 from 72 to 41 going on the turf. Okay. So for whatever reason, it's 7.5 furlongs. I completely understand. I get it. And probably we're going to do like an average, in situations like this. I mean, 70, 4.5 furlongs is a 73, but then 7.5, it's 7 furlongs, it's a 70, and it drops to a 41. I know. Believe it or not, that's not wrong as far as the family is concerned, but it doesn't mean this 9 won't run. But it's based on actual results of how the family has done at 7.5 furlongs. But yeah, I know. Yeah, and I think, you know what, LD? I think that it could be a sample size as well. I agree with you. That is something that I saw that on another horse a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, I'm with you. I still don't think this horse wins this race. It's 2%. Yeah, you can throw out the last race, but it's proven nothing as a 3-year-old, and it barely won its maiden race. So the connections are fantastic. And not, by the way, too, I really think the 2 and the 5 both have some upside. This 5 is going to be very, very tough to beat. This is a very nice horse. I was very impressed with this horse. Rosario, now, I mean, Clement rides Rosario. Did he take Rosario off? I mean, he might have. Rosario's riding so bad. I'm sorry. It's just a fact. To get on the 2? They're both Clement horses. You got to figure Rosario had the choice, and he chose the 2. But I don't know. This 2 and this 5 are very, very close. So I thought the 2 horse deserved a really good look. Infinite Diamond. I thought. Yeah, isn't he, David? By the way, everybody, you know who David Harrison is, right? This is your NHC champion of 2022, right there, the man. You like the 2? I like the 2 as well, David. He only won the NHC. Didn't do much. One of the good guys, too. So 3, 5, 6, 9. By the way, I liked Grace Fable a little bit. Okay, so don't leave out the 3. Yeah, we're the plan is hopefully David's going to come on next week and host the Coast to Coast with me next week. There we go. Much deserved love from Dan. Always a class act. But yeah, so hopefully David will be able to join. I'm begging him to come on. Just a wealth of knowledge. I think you could hit the I think this pick 4 hits with this. So they're still in the paddock for whatever reason. So let's get out to Matt Derneman in race number 2 over at Golden Gate Fields, okay? And big pace.
And the red light is now flashing on the starting gate at Golden Gate Fields. The runners
okay, awesome.
Towards the gate for race
all right,
number 2.
We got him. Put a little pressure on him in public. You can't say no. El Novato likes the 3-9. Yeah, I'm interested in what you guys like here. $4,000 claim here for Jose Puentes. Jockey trainer combination is only 11%, but has a big pace advantage. Went gate to wire last time out against the not one is 2 lifetime. This is a much tougher group.
To the inside post. Night Proof has got it.
And you're not really. I don't love the 5 horse. Really, a horse you want to look at would be the Night Proof, the 2. The EquinEdge second pick.
This
horse is tactical.
Magic is the moonlight coming forward.
And I would look at this horse, and I would give a big long shot look to the 4. Just off of looking at this for like just a few minutes, I would look at the 2 and the 4. All right, again.
And to round out the group,
that was 30-second handicapping.
Roaring Tiger. He goes in. We're ready to go. And we're off. Todd Stevens and his crew caught the horses in a good line. A firm chief, per usual. He's up on the pace and has the lead early from Roaring Tiger. Night Proof makes his way into 3rd. Brookie's tap it off that rival's heels down on the fence. Passed by Magic is in the moonlight. He's caught deep on the course. Is moving forward a little bit, keen to take the 4th spot with Brookie's tap. At those 2 side by side now. And Speed Grazy has no early pace. He'll attempt to do his best running later. 5 lengths from first to last as they make their way up the backstretch where a firm chief and Lionel Camacho Flores lead the way. About a half length in front. Roaring Tiger pressing him from the outside, but not a great deal of speed on by a firm chief with 5 furlongs to go. Night Proof down on the inside. He's a little bit keen. He's going to try to move forward on the rail. And a firm chief, as I say, that picks up the tempo, leads by a half length. Roaring Tiger's 2nd. Night Proof off the leader's heels. He's 3rd with a half mile to go. Brookie's tapping. He's next with Magic is the Moonlight. They continue to run side by side. And that duo's about 3 lengths ahead of Speed Grazy, now detached from the rest as they hit the 4-turn run. A firm chief shaken up to keep going on the lead. Roaring Tiger right there, still a half length back. Now on the throat latch of the leader with 5/16.
2 just needs to get through. He needs to ask.
For racing room.
Right now, he needs to ask. Don't let the 5 get up and get first run.
Under pressure, and Speed Grazy's taking the outside route. He's caught deep trying to come on from
go on the rail. Go the rail. Go.
Speed Grazy's green, but comes looking for the lead with a furlong left to go. Speed Grazy.
He let the 5 get first run.
Chief cannot keep up. Roaring Tiger's done.
Come on. You're still better. Come on.
To the second spot. Speed Grazy has to keep going. He's still there though, and he's going to do it. Speed Grazy to score under Alexander Chavez.
5-2. Look at the EquinEdge picks 5-2. You can't let a horse get first run like that. Well, I mean, it might not have been his fault, but Gomez a 9% jockey, and he had the best horse. Okay, are they on the track? They're just getting on now. Let's take a look at these walking on
Number 3,
to the track here. This is the Sanibel Island Stakes.
Paco Lopez up.
Love Appeals, the 2, and
Number 4,
Breathe Away.
Bella, owned by Joseph Skirdo and Brian Schweig and trained by Kerry Raven with Antonio Gallardo. Number 5 is Breath Away. Breath Away is owned by Stephen Rocco, Tango Uniform Racing and Reeves Thoroughbred Racing, trained by Christophe Clement, ridden by Jose Ortiz. Number 6 is NBS Stables Mohawk Trail. Kelsey Danner does the training. The jockey is Lionel Reyes.
Wow, Chris. That's
Number 7,
really
Lady
big news.
Hamilton, trained by Safi Joseph Jr. for Peachtree Stable with Edgard Zayas.
Yeah, that's
Number 8
amazing.
is She's a Joy, owned by Ron Spatz and Kevin Dole, trained by Ron Spatz. Miguel Vasquez up. Number 9 is Aunt Shirley, owned by Windstar Farm, trained by Todd Pletcher, ridden by Irad Ortiz Jr. Rounding out the field, number 10, Metaphysical, owned by Rocket Ship Racing, trained by Jeff Hiles.
Castellano aboard.
Javier
This horse
Castellano.
certainly with a
That's the
look.
field of 9 to do
I
battle in
just
the
still
first leg
think
of the
this race is
guaranteed
between the
late
2 and the
pick four.
5.
The Sanibel Island Stakes for $750,000.
These two horses look like the real deal, and they look to have a lot of upside as well. That's what I saw.
Full guarantee in the late pick 4. Again, that $750 is the guarantee. Figure it'll be well over that. As we have our best turned out horse and groom award winner for the upcoming race. Congratulations on behalf of the TAA to winning groom Otanel Morales, groom of number 5.
Kaden Bradar right there. She always does a wonderful job. There's a look at the 2, who broke her maiden last time out super impressively behind horses Love Appeals. And of course, both horses, the 5 Breathe Away and Love Appeals, are both trained by Christophe Clement. Rosario's his main jockey. He rode both horses. He gets off of the 5 to ride the 2. But look at the jockey trainer combination with Jose Ortiz, with Christopher Clement. It's 30%. It's actually higher than what it is with Rosario. And so Michael likes the 7, Lady Hamilton. Has a very good GSR. It's got a really good post.
7.5 furlongs is the distance for the Sanibel Island Stakes.
Let's see what Samantha has to
fillies,
say.
and
She's
this
got
is
some
a very
wonderful insight, by the
competitive
way.
race in this spot here to start the late pick 4 with over $750,000 guaranteed in that pool, and it will just certainly continue to grow. Now, the number 9, Aunt Shirley, is a horse that made quite an impression on me on the track here for the Todd Pletcher barn. Jockey Irad Ortiz looking for his 5th win on the card.
Well, I don't want to hear what she has to say because I don't like the 9.
Her father,
but she's got a strong opinion. She really does.
Sire on the grass. He's only 6 for 33 first-time turf, but this is a filly that the way she's framed up, she's most definitely a turf filly. She's got that higher action when she travels across the dirt, which just screams turf here. She's felt pretty good about herself.
She's a bit on her toes, honestly. She seems a bit on her toes. Again, I think the 2 and the 9 are the real deal. So, yeah, she is sharp, so sharp, Dan. I just think the 2 and the 9 are too good. Or the 5, excuse me, 2 and the 5 are too good. These are very good. You could do an exacta box. I probably should make a bet here, but I mean, I have a pretty good lead, but I really do like this race. So one of the things you want to do, there's really no pace here, and which to me helps the 5, because the 5 is going to really sit a good trip. I don't know. This really no pace at all. 59, the 4 horse has a little bit of speed. 6 has a little bit of speed. I just think the 2 and the 5 are going to find a way to be first and second. And strategically wise, I have to ask myself if I should be making a bet right now. Because I believe if you're starting with $1,000 bankroll, I'm pretty sure $14,800 would win this like 90% of the time. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Like I'm pretty sure that is correct. But I really do like the 2 and the 5. So I'm really left with a tough decision. Dan doesn't think I should make a bet. Dan needs the 10. Excuse me 1 second.
Breath away. In the run past the opening quarter, it's jockey Irad Ortiz Jr. and Aunt Shirley through a 24-second opening quarter. They lead by a length over Lady Hamilton in second. Fascia Bella is now third, angled into the clear is Riding Pretty. She's in between horses in fourth. Up to the outside, it's Metaphysical. Red Cap for Love Appeals. Rosario has her locked in down toward the inside. Out in the center is Mohawk Trail, then back to Breath Away, and She's a Joy is last. Half a mile to the finish in the Sanibel Island Stakes, and the leader is still on Shirley on top 3/4 of length. Lady Hamilton is second. Faccia Bella tries to stay put at the rail. Getting started in the black colors is Metaphysical. Riding Pretty is next. Up to the outside, it's Mohawk Trail. Working between horses is Love Appeals. She's in tight and yet to be asked for her best. Up to the outside, that's She's a Joy, and out the back is Breath Away. They run to the top of the stretch. Up front, Aunt Shirley has the lead. Taking aim now, Lady Hamilton toward the inside. A late run from Riding Pretty behind them, and Baited daughter Breath Away. Breath Away, look at her come through now. Here's Breath Away, front and center for Jose Ortiz, and clearing off late. Breath Away to win it, and win it in style by 3. Close then for second, Mohawk Trail or Metaphysical. Unlucky in the run was Love Appeals, and 129 and 4.
I mean, I can't believe we got 3-1 on that horse, that 5. I mean, the 2 horse just had an atrocious trip. Unfortunately, I had that on this ticket, but on the one that I needed it, 9th out of 388, I really needed that 2. But yeah, not a good trip. Look at, could have told you the 5 was going to win, right? As soon as we saw Rosario on the horse, this guy couldn't give a horse a good trip for his life right now. It's no joke. It is the worst. Never seen anything like it. All right. Unfortunately, the 2 got a bad trip. All right, let's get rid of those and come back here. We'll come back there. Five horse ends up getting off at 5-2. We got Santa Anita at the gate right now. I only like the 1 and the 2. I only like the 1 and the 2. Yeah, he's been bad for months. I honestly think part of your strategy, is to maybe play against against Rosario, honestly. Like even on the horse he did win again on today, he was supposed to win by 5 or more. And the foreign horse that came, and he almost screwed that up.
$25,000 claim.
We're going to go to the coast to coast right after this, Tony. Thanks for the reminder, actually.
Cadman here. Filly's behind me warming up, and I cannot talk you off of the favorite. She's the one, Too Much Heaven. Everything I've seen from her in the morning leads me to believe that she is most definitely the one to beat, and she's behaved impeccably. I always say, if you're going to run a 6-year-old mare, she'd better be happy, and she looks as happy as a clam out here. However, I would like to pair her up with
we'll look at that. We'll look at Miracle, David.
Three, Vandalia, the daughter of Vancouver, is
I don't love Miracle today. I don't think Miracle is impossible to win, but I don't love that horse today. I think I'm playing against it.
Or not. He was actually trained in Australia by Gay Waterhouse. He was an undefeated juvenile, took down the Golden Slipper, won 4 of 5, and a really good sire of
So
sprinters.
I thought this race was between the 1 and the 2, and I gave the 1 an advantage only because of the pace advantage. Has a higher GSR.
Not too much over the muscle.
I mean, I would have. This is probably going to come down to these two horses.
6.5 furlongs is going to hit her right between the eyeballs. That's the 3, Vandalia.
So let's take a look at the 1 and the 2 physically. 2 horse looks fine. Probably Rory. 1 looks really good. That's so true, John. So true. It's so true. He does. Like, then you leave him off and he goes and makes some crazy ass good ride. It's just, 1 looks tremendous on the track. Tremendous. I mean, outlooks them for sure. You could probably do a 1-2 exacta. I don't know if it's going to pay anything. We should have known that Jose would give that horse a good ride, you know? Came in 5, 10, 6. 2 had all sorts of trouble. Too Much Heaven. Let's get out to Anita and Frank Miramani. Here's race number 3.
They're off. Code Ribbon on the outside is out very alertly. And down at the rail, here's Too Much Heaven now. And Too Much Heaven sprints up to take the lead. Vandalia is now in second. And Annie's Song is third as they get to the main course. Code Ribbon, who broke well, is fourth and now 5 off the lead. 2 in front of Flat Out Joy. Field comes toward the half-mile pole with Too Much Heaven, the leader, 3/4 of a length. Vandalia goes to press in second.
And he's got a lot of horse on the 2, but he's not relaxed. And usually that will cost the horse late. And the 1 really has the ears pricked, seems to be running very nicely.
Too Much Heaven rounds the far turn. Vandalia going to put
I don't think the jockey's even asked the 1.
Length and a half, Annie's Song clearly third. Followed by Code Ribbon fourth. Still 4 lengths off the lead. Another 2 back to Flat Out Joy. 1/4 mile to run, and Too Much Heaven still to catch. Vandalia second. Annie's Song, Flat Out Joy angles out for the drive inside the final furlong, and Too Much Heaven digs in with a 2-length advantage. Annie's Song along the inside is clearly second and closing the gap late. It's Too Much Heaven, Annie's Song, Too Much Heaven holding her at bay, and it will be Too Much Heaven in front-running fashion. Annie's Song second.
1, 2, 3. I think it's very close for third between the 3 and the 5. It looked like the 3 on the inside maybe had an advantage, but the 1 horse with that speed. So a lot of times if you're struggling in this race, look, you can see the pace number. And you first of all, you have a horse like the one that looked like the best horse in the race, and then it has this kind of pace advantage. So, I mean, you have to, if as long as the horse is impressing with another horse, you got to give the horse a big look. So, all right. Yeah, exactly, Mike. So, all right. Well, 8-5. So the reason is it looks like they bet the 2 late. All right, let's see what's happening here in this tournament here. They haven't shown it after race number 11. Okay, what do we got? So the 1 drifted up to 8-5 and the 2, so that that helps in the tournament a little bit. I had Miracle for second. So, but we'll get out to this race number 12. Let's see here. We have a little bit of time. You guys want to? No, you know what? Let's get to the coast to coast. We need to do that. All right. So let's handicap this. It's a $1 denomination, so I'm going to do it for $120. I really like the 2. I think the longer the better as well. Has a big look second off the layoff. You can see Infinite Diamond had a layoff. Ran here, ran a good race. Ay. Rosario's aboard. Jose Ortiz goes to the 6 horse automatically. Now here's the thing. This does not mean the 2 can't win, because there's no way that Ortiz is going to get off of a Pletcher horse. I don't believe it for a second, whether it wins or not. So I would be careful about just using that angle. I think atomically looks like a contender. It's the second off a layoff. It ran against similar. It's 29% to win. I mean, its breeding is impeccable. I mean, just insane. So good. So, you got to try this horse on synthetic. Let's see who the single is. I didn't think this horse was a single. I liked this 3, Grace Fable, as well. Plus, I thought it was wide open. You know what was weird? I put a note here on the 2 horse, the EquinEdge long shot. It could have chosen the 9. It could have chosen the 12. I'm talking about the EquinEdge long shot, right? It could have chosen the 4 horse Striker, and it chose the 2. You guys find that weird? Sacred Wish. Okay, let's look at Sacred Wish. So this horse broke its maiden last time out. David says we shouldn't overlook this horse. George Weaver takes over. Castellano jumps aboard. Lasix is off. 7 is scratched. Was it a late scratch? Okay. Well, that makes it easy. Oh, and the next race is scratched. You're talking about this one? Wait. Still have not posted. They got to post a lot faster than this. So the 7 win from within has been scratched. Okay. I wonder why we're not showing that. All right, I got to look and see. The coast to coast never updates. Oh, on the special wagers. Okay, thank you, Jack. We'll get that fixed. That's what it is then. Okay, so it's the special wagers that's not updating. Okay, thank you for that, oldie, as well. Okay. So I think the 6, we're going to take a chance and single the, well, shit. This 1 could go gate to wire, but I think we have to take a chance. I thought this 1 horse might be a single. So I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to take a chance on this 1. And here's an interesting stat on the 3. 12 of the 24 lifetime races for Gray's Fable have been at these conditions and won 355,000 of his 433,000. Second off the layoff, I think this horse deserves a big look. The 5 horse I'm not using, and I'll tell you why. This horse ran a good race last time out. If you look, I think this horse wants 8.5, prefers it. So I'm going to go against the 5 horse. Steady On, definitely. The 3 horse Gray's Fable. I thought Churchtown deserves a long look, but I might go away. I might just use 2 horses in here. So let's see here. If we did that, Is there anybody else you guys think we need to worry about in here? What's up, Anthony? Steady on. Yeah, okay. So we're going to use 3 and 6. Joshua likes 4, 5, and 6. All right, that's the ticket right here. On the coast to coast. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8 with 3, 6 with 1, 6 with 4, 9, 10, 11, 12 with 1. $1 denomination. And, all right, you guys got that? All right, I'm going to get out of here. So it looks like I'm in 5th place right now at the moment. I have the 2-horse Infinite Diamond that I need at Gulfstream Park. Okay, let's see what they've done here with the leaderboard. And I'm still in the lead. 14,805. Nobody's made any ground on me. So I think I'm going to sit pat. That's okay. Better late than never, Anthony. It's a better show with you. All right, Golden Gate. They're headed into the gate. And I would look at this horse to get a better trip here, second off the layoff, the 4 Top Harbor.
Coming up to the inside. We're ready to go. And we're off. Good beginning for Top Harbor. Good beginning from Star Racer. And Star Racer is going to take it to Top Harbor. Star Racer to the lead. Top Harbor right on the outside second. Here comes Psychodar moving forward. And Psychodar dashes to the lead under Catalina Martinez. Wow. Puts the pedal to the metal. And opens up about 2 on Star Racer. Happy to track. Top Harbor right behind him. Cool Mountain Lad is next. And Unraptured's the trailer. The quintet in single file line. They're separated by 6 or 7 lengths approaching the 4-turn run. Where the stakes winner, Psychodar, has the lead and the rail. The gray flash in front, a length and a tail. Star Racer closer. Top Harbor gets into the race now, and the 2 favorites are locked in battle coming after Psychodar, and 3 runners now line up at the quarter pole. Psychodar trying to hang in there. Star Racer between horses. Top Harbor's barreling down for the stretch drive, and Unraptured's getting into the race now. Unraptured trying to come on at a price down the lane. It's now Top Harbor who's taking the lead. Star Racer trying to come back at him. Unraptured third. There's a 16th to go. Top Harbor's got to dig in. Star Racer, he's tenacious, fighting hard like a champion, but Top Harbor's got the edge. Top Harbor noses out Star Racer in a
3-2. All right, Gulfstream Park 12. See this real quickly. All right. So again, I'm 10-1 on Infinite Diamond. That's the horse I'm on. Miracles 2-1. I think that horse is getting over bet. This horse seems to need the lead for its best. And the 1 horse is very fast. The 2 horse is fast, but I think I've seen this horse run, and I think this horse can rate some. That's what I'm hoping, and I'm hoping the 1's going to fly out there from that inside. That's what I'm hoping for. 100% the 5 needs the lead. Also, though, the 5 has faced some pretty good horses. Atomically's faced good horses. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the 7 took off in the lead. I mean, it's going to be who's going to get the trip. I think is for the odds, the 2 is an excellent value, for sure. Let's take a look on the track.
Number 4 is Affirmative Lady, owned by AMO Racing USA. Grand Motion is the trainer. The jockey Luis Saez. Number 5 is Miracle, owned by Sienna Farm and Windstar Farm, trained by Todd Pletcher, ridden by Irader Ortiz Jr. Number 6, Atomically, owned by Eclipse Thoroughbred Partners, Harry Colburn and Michael Bernard, trained by Todd Pletcher, ridden by Jose Ortiz. Number 7 is Sacred Wish, owned by Black Type Thoroughbred, Swinbank Stables, Steve Atkinson, Chris Dunn, and Anthony Spinazzola, trained by George Weaver, ridden by Javier Castellano. Rounding out the field is John Rope's Darth Vader. Mike Yates trains, Miguel Vasquez rides. It's a field of 8 going a mile and a 16th to the first finish line. It starts the late pick 3. It's the Gulfstream Park Oaks, and it's up next.
Okay.
Well, they are on the track for the mile and the 16th fillies, 3-year-olds. It is
Two looks tremendous. Two looks tremendous on the track. Really nice. Oh, come on, one time. 8-1 right now on this horse. One time. Let's see here. Guys, let me know who wins Aqueduct's race, would you? I have the 3 horse, so I'm hoping for the 3. All right, 12. This is such a grab bag, you guys. I mean, who's going to get the best trip? I mean, really. The 3? The 3 won? Yes. All right. What do you go off at? 9-2? Holy hell. That is amazing. I think there's like 600 and something players over there. Look at it. I had the 3. Let Freedom Spring. Race number 9 at Aqueduct. Wow. All right. We need this 2. In the worst way. In the worst way. Let's see what my notes say. These are much easier. These to me, these are much easier than last. Look at, he faced, first of all, look at, on January 1st, this horse won easily against a 72 group. Today's a 74 group. Then moves up to an 80 grade 2. Was 13% from the rail. From the rail. So just did not get a good trip. It's not like this horse lost by 15 lengths. goes up to a 79 GSR. I don't know. Just that grade 2 came up super tough. So they're at the gate.
Are at the gate.
They're going
It's now post
8.5
time.
furlongs on the dirt.
Moving in for
Two
the
more races
53rd
before the
renewal
Florida
of the
Derby.
Grade 2 Gulfstream Park Oaks, presented by our friends at FanDuel
All right.
TV.
There's the
First
2.
into the gate is Flakes, joined in by Atomically, Miracles Ready, Infinite Diamond. Now Just Catherine, Sacred Wish, coming in from Hot Springs. The last 2 up, Affirmative Lady and Darth Vader. Darth Vader and the Oaks. They're in the gate. Racing in the Gulfstream Park Oaks. Excellent start from the inside for Infinite Diamond, who comes out firing. Flakes tries to hold rail ground, and they'll stack them up as they run around the first turn. The inside duo, the top pair. Darth Vader was very wide on that first turn and improves to take third. From between horses, it's Affirmative Lady. Then it's Miracle. She finds herself off the speed today. Just Catherine is at the rail ahead of Atomically, and the trailer is Sacred Wish. They race past the opening quarter with jockey Edgard Zayas and Flakes in front to half a length. They went 23-3 to the opening quarter. Infinite Diamond is second. Darth Vader on the outside third. Affirmative Lady is down toward the rail in fourth, followed by Miracle fifth. Out deep on the court, Sacred Wish is now sixth. Atomically is seventh, and eighth and last is Just Catherine. They make their way down the backstretch with 4.5 furlongs to the finish. It's Flakes in front. She leads by a half a length over a pressing Infinite Diamond in second. Darth Vader is in the clear for Vasquez, 3 wide third. Affirmative Lady asked to keep up fourth toward the inside. Now racing in fifth is Miracle ahead of Atomically and Just Catherine. Sacred Risk tries to bid up while at the back of the field through a 47 3/2 mile. Around the far turn they go. Flakes given the green light to kick
two's
for
not
home,
running
but here
good, I don't
comes
think.
Darth Vader right up alongside trying to thread the needle. Saez on Affirmative Lady. Down toward the inside, she angles off the heels of the leader. Running home from the back is Sacred Wish as they run to the first finish line. Darth Vader, the local hopeful, comes away with the lead. Flakes, another local hopeful, tries to battle back toward the rail. Off cover is Affirmative Lady, less than a quarter of a mile from home. Darth Vader the target. Flakes is game inside. Over the top, and Affirmative Lady starts to pick him up. And here's Affirmative Lady and Luis Saez to the first finish line as they win the Gulfstream Park Oaks. Sacred Wish is in a photo with Flakes for second. Darth Vader is fourth in 144.
So 4 gets the
and
win.
3.
Affirmative Lady. I personally couldn't have seen that. That could change the entire complexion if anybody had the 4. Here in this race number 12. And this person did. So he's about to take the lead. Oh, wow. Look at this. There's a few people that had this 4. Well, you had that 4? Luis Saez. This horse just broke its maiden. Went off at 8-1. So yeah, there's gonna be quite a few people that are gonna do okay with that horse. We'll see what happens. Still have a shot. I think the top 5 qualify. Yeah, top 5 packages qualify for the NHC. There's still 4 more races to go. All right. Affirmative Lady gets the win. I don't know how you could have that. Sacred Wish ran a really good race, the 7. And that's the horse that David said would run good. That horse did. 2 horses that broke their maidens last time come over and run good like that. And, you know, the only thing I will say, I couldn't have had this horse personally, but that being said, is that it did look like there was a lot of speed in the race, which would set it up for a closer like the 4. And 7 ran a hell of a race. So how about Flakes? Flakes was on that pace the entire time and still hung on there to really run a good race. All right, we got Santa Anita.
I can't. Every single horse
Race
of these
4.
I would love to take home. They all look terrific warming up out here, and just a good bunch of colts. I will mention a couple, however, and I'll lead off with the 2 liftoff for trainer Peter Urton. Goes turf to dirt and picks up a new rider in Hall of Famer Mike Smith. This horse has worked very, very well on the dirt. I think the turf start was just to get his feet under him and get a start under his belt. He's really going to appreciate.
You singled the 4 on your pick 4?
And this is what you want to see from
Wow.
a horse making his second lifetime start.
That's amazing.
Calm and collected.
See you, Robert.
The Hall of Famer just doing his thing, letting this horse relax, take a deep
Well,
breath
Darsh had
as
that
they
horse
walk
too,
up
huh?
to the gate. He will, however, have his work cut
Oh,
out.
4 at
because we
Santa
have the
Anita.
4 in here, Ultimate Gamble. They paid
Let's see.
$1.175 million for this one, a colt by Medaglia de Oro. And sometimes trainers have
Lay
to make
6
the
on first
decision
time
to
off the
take a little bit
layoff.
of time with their horses.
Hard
This
read.
horse
The Tory
ran
jumps aboard
mid-pack in his
in what looks like a wide
debut,
race.
and
I didn't have a
told
strong opinion in
after
this race,
seeing
to be
the
honest with you,
tour
Darsh.
training cell that he has really filled out.
It's incredible,
and grown up
Mike.
to be
Nice
a
job.
Beautiful individual. Mark Glatson.
Sounds like Karina had it as well. Adding blinkers, good breeding.
Time, he does appear the one to beat. Come in here with a good series of works and gets a Hall of Famer if you're in England in Frankie Dettori to ride.
I thought the horse
Those are my
flat
2 for
on.
this upcoming
Didn't have a
fourth
very
race
good
race,
trip
but
last time
perhaps
out. Got a
anything
layoff for Peter Urton. Urton seems to be training forwardly. The one thing I'll say, I think that the 6 should outrun these odds and run better. Let's see what the 6 looks like on the track. Three more races left. All right. So flat on 7-1. Lexi had the 4 as well. Wow. We'll have to see what this is going to do in the tournament. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Again, I didn't love anything in here, so I'm just looking at it right now. I thought the 6 could improve. The 2 horse, I wasn't really all that impressed with its last effort, but I will say this. It seems like an easier field. It's going from 7% to 16%. It goes from a 54 GSR to a 60. and it gets a lot less horses in this
are at
race.
the gate. It's post time.
It's 5-2. EquinEdge long shot's been on fire pretty much around the country today. So adds blinkers. Maybe the 2 can run better. But yeah, it's a tough race. I didn't have a strong opinion, you guys, on this race. We'll watch it. I'm rooting for you guys. What are you guys rooting for in here? I have Luke, yeah. I bet 5 already.
Load, 17 black and flat on. They're off. Flat on, Ultimate Gamble came out alertly. Liftoff is next, followed by 17 black, and Pelagio at the rail is at the back of the field. Moving into the first turn, and it's Liftoff sprinting up to take the lead, hugging the rail and in front by 2. Flat on second by about 3, and then comes Ultimate Gamble, the heavy favorite, by himself in third. 17 black is fourth, 4 lengths off the pace. And 2 more to Pelagio.
See, I don't get the jockey on the 6 right now. I don't know about you guys, just my opinion. Like, why does he have to be on top of the 2 so close like that? Who went 23 flat?
Comes 17 black in fourth, and Pelagio.
Just don't get it.
Closer order. About 5 covers them as they come to the half-mile pole.
They really slowed down though for the half. I imagine you're going to see
Extending
48.
the margin to a
Yeah,
length and a
47
half.
and 3.
Flat on second. Ultimate Gamble cruising up to the top pair in third. Then Pelagio inching up inside 17 black. It's Liftoff, flat on. They're joined by Ultimate Gamble, who's now just a length off the leader. Pelagio getting into the race, a threatening presence in fourth. And then comes 17 black. Ultimate Gamble.
It doesn't seem like the 4's even been asked.
Have to hold off Pelagio on the outside. Liftoff fights on. They're at the top of the lane. Ultimate Gamble. Liftoff not done. He's fighting on. And Pelagio in the center of the track. It's Ultimate Gamble. Pelagio now second. Ultimate Gamble a length and a half. And it's Ultimate Gamble. He's been showing his class the whole
Amazing,
journey.
right?
Ultimate Gamble.
4-1. It's amazing when you're
Pelagio
like in a
second.
rough race. Just take the EquinEdge picks. It's crazy. So amazing. All right. When is Gulfstream Park? 27 minutes before the 13th. So they're really going to milk these next 2 races. So So in the coast to coast, we had that 4. Did you guys play that, by the way? I didn't realize, I'm looking at the ticket right now, I didn't realize that we actually spread in that race because we cut back and singled in race 5 or leg 5. Huh. All right, well, we need the 3 and the 6 in here. 3 of the 6. Oh, they did? Let's see what we got here. They're on the track over at Golden Gate Fields. We'll get out there. The 4-1 came in 4-1-2. EquinEdge picks were 4-1-2, I think. All right. I personally think the 5's getting overbet here, Fort Washington. I know on paper it looks good, but at 8 furlongs, it's not going to be as easy for this horse. And the rail's out 56 feet. And there's 10 horses in the race, 11 horses in the race, so this horse is going to have to get the trip. And so I think the tactical speed of both the 3 and the 6 give it a huge, huge advantage. The other thing I'll say about Irad Ortiz, whenever he's got a horse that's tactical, he crushes. This is the prototypical type of horse that Irad wins on. Horse is 31%, top EquinEdge pick, 9-5 EquinEdge morning line. And has the second top GSR. And 2 for 2 going 8 furlongs on the turf. So looks tough. Jockey trainer combination on the 5 horse as well is 9%. And you got to come from behind. And the rail's out. I mean, to me, you have to be so much the best. Give the 3 a big look. Grace Fable. I need it. I'm 11th right now here in this tournament. And I need 3 here. Race number 6 at Santa Anita. I need the 6. Nine, Churchtown. I like that horse a bit as well, Oldie. Saez just won. All right, let's see what's happening here on the leaderboard after 12 races. They're not showing it yet. Let's go out to Golden Gate Fields. All right, top pace number. I'm always looking to eliminate horses, as most of you know. First time starter, 2%, 40 GSR, possibly no speed. Get rid of that horse. Here you have the big favorite who doesn't have a class advantage, only 11% to win. I mean, it's one of the ones, but it's getting overbet. You know, I always tell you that you want to watch carefully for second-time starters. The ones that run good first time out, we overbet them. The ones that don't, we discount them. I'm just saying they could be sneaky here. I mean, it looks like a sneaky move. Herrera jumps off, but he's not in the race. Pablo Flores jumps aboard. Probably not going to win, but it has the top GSR. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Just just take a look. Maybe include it in something just in case. The horses really that look. It's a wide open race, and you can see that by the win percentages. But you know what I like? I like horses like this 6 horse, believe it or not. Look, it's 12-1 odds maker morning line, 4-1 EquinEdge morning line. It's also 4-1 being bet. Now, look, in a race that's wide open and win percentages like this, you have to use the other metrics. So if you're new to EquinEdge, it's not just about the EquinEdge picks, the long shot, right? You have to use the other metrics like the GSR, the SOR. So when you look at the 6 horse, you see 4-1 EquinEdge morning line. You see EquinEdge long shot. It's got a very good win percentage within the group, and it's got the second top GSR. It's sneaky, right? So what happened? Last time faced a 44 group, today a 36. Much, much easier. It's stretching out. Goes from a 61 GSR to a 62. If we look at the GSR plus, it looks like the horse can pretty much do whatever. Not too long, but a mile should be no big deal. And it's going from 7% to 15%. In a race that's wide open like this, you certainly wouldn't want to take a favorite like the 7. That's for sure. And the 7 has no speed and draws wide. So you know that the 7 from the very beginning is going to probably lose 4, 5, 6 lengths. I mean, he's 11% to win, so it's not like this horse is that much better than the rest. The 7 makes no sense as a win bet. I'd bet against the 7. Maybe getting the money, but I would bet against the 7. You know, you look at a horse like the 6 horse, the EquinEdge long shot, sure makes a lot of sense. It's interesting, horses like this. I don't love horses like this. It's not that they can't win, but the 4 horse is 9-5 on the odds makers morning line and 9-2 on the EquinEdge morning line. I've just seen where these types of horses don't seem to do as well. It's not dropping that much in class. It goes up a little bit in win percentage. Its GSR is no bueno. Rex Racer is 2-1 EquinEdge morning line, and drops in class here. Chased, tired, stretches out, 49 GSR. Looks okay. 8 is wide. I'd like the 6 horse. And how about this? How about this 2? Well, faced some pretty easy competition over at Golden Gate Fields for Eddie Freeman. Espinoza, though, 23% jumps aboard. Does go from a 39 GSR in the dirt to a 56 on the synthetic. So clearly this horse wants synthetic. It's an interesting long shot, though, right? At 8-1. One to look at. Just the horses that kind of caught my eye are the 2 and the 6. Well, I'm still in the lead after 12 races. Nobody really has made up any ground. I think I need to continue to sit chilly. I really do. The 8 draws a wide post, isn't very fast, Adarsh, so doesn't have a class advantage. It faced a 34 group here at 25%. 2 back, and it didn't run very good. It's lightly raced. Not my favorite. All right, let's get out to Matt Dinnerman. We've got 15 minutes before the Gulfstream Park race number 13. We've got the 6 horse.
And the red light is now flashing on the starting gate at Golden Gate Fields. The runners have made their way towards the gate for race number 4.
Sit, Dan says. He's right. All right, let's check out Matt.
Daddy's Darling Boy is loaded to the inside post. Daddy's Darling Boy goes in. Mr. Makanushi has got it. One Big Smile and Racer X. Crawling back to you. Goes forward. Liberty Wolf. Just a couple more runners left to load it. Strama and
Thank you,
Snake
brother.
Island. Here's Strama up first.
Hey, Acelas. Hey, Acela.
And then Snake Island to complete the lot.
Castellanos.
Waiting for Snake Island.
All right.
He's almost in. Wide open betting affair here to kick off the pick 6. We're ready to go. And we're off. Slow break from Mr. Makanuchi, the first-time starter, is at the back of the pack. One Big Smile in the pink jacket up close, crawling back to you, gets a tap on the shoulder to get into it, and he strides to the lead. One Big Smile takes back to second. Snake Island is third around the turn. Daddy's Darling Boy right off the pace here in midfield early. 2 lengths clear of Liberty Wolf. Another 5 back to Strama alongside of Racer X, and slow starting Mr. Makanuchi is last in the early stages. 10 lengths from front to back. Crawling back to you as a narrow lead here. The pace is pretty hot. One Big Smile on the outside alongside to press him with about 5 furlongs to go. Daddy's Darling Boy down on the inside third with Snake Island. That pair's 2 lengths off. Crawling back to you. Opens up the lead to a length. Coming back to Liberty Wolf. He's in a good spot. Racing in 5th early on. 2 ahead of Racer X. Mr. Makanushi is joining him. And Strama drops to the back of the field as they approach the 4 turn. Crawling back to you at 5-1. Continues to pave the way. A length's the margin now, 3/4 of a length. One Big Smile in the second position. And third, Snake Island sent along. Daddy's Darling Boy under pressure. Mr. Makanushi's trying to get into it. He was off slowly. He's made up ground to get joint third. And now Liberty Wolf gets the green light to move forward. He takes the 3rd spot. Now he's up with the leaders as they approach the top of the stretch. Liberty Wolf trying to get to the lead. Crawling back to you, calls it a day. One Big Smile still hanging in there. Battling for the win. Snake Island trying to re-rally. Strama next. He's got to pick it up with a furlong to go. Liberty Wolf is
Eight's
cast.
running
One
good.
Big Smile. Snake Island
Two's
continues to
coming
grind
too.
away. He's up into the 2nd spot, and Strama tries to charge on late. Strama finding good stride.
He's gonna
with
win?
Snake Island, and
Oh,
Snake
he's
Island
won.
got it.
I
Snake
hope I
Island
didn't
over
take you,
Strama.
Darsh.
Liberty Wolf copped
You
it
seem
up
to be
late,
seeing it
was
pretty
third,
good.
Then One Big Smile.
Yeah, I hope I didn't take you off of your horse. Man, the 2 ran a good race. 6 really had no excuses. And that 2 ran a nice 2nd place finish at some big odds, right? And by the way, if you're wondering how I found that horse, only one way to find it, and that's right here, the GSR. Clearly this horse has some good breeding for synthetic. That was it. And the GSR going from 39 to 56, 17 points. That's it. You got it? Okay, good. All right, let's take a look at this race. Let's look at my notes. Let's see what's happening here first. Everybody dressed up for the big day. Ton of people out there. Good energy. Gulfstream Park really is a beautiful place. Horses are now coming on. Again, we're on the 6 and the 3. I would love for the 3 to win. Would be big for me. on this here. Right now I'm ranked 11th. And I've got the 3 Gray's Fable. So let's see if anybody's in front of me. One, so there's 2 people in front of me. You know what's interesting? When I look at this tournament, look at this. Like, you would think this would be plastered with the 11 horse, right? Forte. But it's not. Many people going with the 4 horse. I went with the 9. Took a chance there. Yeah, let's get the 3, Karina. Here, EE long shot first time starter with no gate drills. It's not necessary to have a gate drill. We saw that with the first time starter in the second race with the 1 horse who was much best. Broke bad though. Well, maybe not. Maybe that's, there you go. Right? I complained about this horse not having a gate drill, the 1. I mean, to say the 1 was best is an understatement. Had no gate drill. And breaking from the rail doesn't help. But I mean, this horse was probably 5 lengths the best. Well, we're dealing with this. Well, first of all, we all know that use EquinEdge, how deadly first-time starter EquinEdge long shots are. For sure. Yeah, the water fountain's great. Again, this horse does draw better at least, but it doesn't have a gate work. No gate drills. Take a look. Nothing. You want to look for the G in case you're not sure what to look for. Right after the H, you would see a G. I thought maybe this, I didn't think the 2 could win, but there's some really fast gate drills here. And then maybe the 2 horse could really duel with the 1 and the 6. Right? Because these 2 dueled with each other, both off layoffs, by the way. Second off the layoff for the 1. Right? This was first on the 219. Look at, they were within a head bob of each other. Now they cut back in distance. Doesn't seem to favor either one of them. They're both equally as fast, although, does the pace number know something that we don't know? Is the 1 going to get this clear of a lead? If it does, there you go. The 5 horses' works are tremendous. I mean, tremendous for Carla Gaines. I think the horse can sit a really good trip. I don't think the 1 and 6 are all that. And they could be dueling. Or give the 1 a look. I mean, the pace number is suggesting that the 1 should have a clearer lead, but yet they dueled with each other last time out. I don't know. Again, the system knows some stuff. So I don't know. So I didn't care for the 2. 7 horse could break slow. I don't know. Yeah, exactly, oldie. Let's take a look at the 3 horse.
The rider is Paco Lopez. Number 2, Super Dormy, owned by Bruno Schickendans and trained by Martin Drexler with Abisael Jaramillo. Number 3, Gray's Fable, is owned by Kerry Provost and Steve Goldfine with Jeff Zlonis. Brian Lynch does the training. The jockey, Joel Rosario. Number 4, Striker, trained by Josie Carroll for L&J Foxwoods with Antonio Gallardo. Number 5, Fort Washington, owned by Joseph Allen and Peter Brandt, trained by Shug McGahee. The jockey, Jose Ortiz. Number 6 is Steady On. Steady On is owned by St. Elias Stable and Rapoli Stable and trained by Todd Pletcher with Irad Ortiz Jr. The 8, Lucky Curlin, owned by Patter Pop Racing, trained by Fernando Abreu. The reinsman, Jose Morelos. 9, Churchtown, owned by Mike Petrangelo and W.B. Harrigan. Roger Atfield trains. In the irons is Luis Saez. Number 10, Roaring 40s, owned by Border Racing Stable and trained by Katarina Villaseva. The rider is Sean Bridgemaha. 11, County Final, trained by Safi Joseph Jr. for Ken Copenhaver. The rider is Edgard Zayas. Rounding out the field is the 12, Dreams of Tomorrow, owned by the Fit Stable, trained by Shug McGahee and ridden today by jockey Javier Castellano. That's the field for this afternoon's Appleton Stakes. It's the 13th race, first half of the late daily double. Post time in 4 minutes.
The 12 horse looked really nice, by the way, over there at Gulfstream Park. You know, this 5 is likely to be a very good horse. You got the EquinEdge long shot, first time starter. If the 6 breaks good over the 1, and by the way, the 5 shows as having some speed in this field, so it's likely to sit a really nice trip behind the 1 and the 6. But I have a feeling this 1's going to get a flyer out of the gate and could be very tough to catch. And I love EquinEdge first time starter long shots, but without a gate work, I imagine this horse is going to run good, and we'll watch it and put a note on this horse, but I would probably play the 7 horse for like the 3rd spot or something. And then here's the other scenario. I'm not going to be surprised if the 1 and 6 go all the way down the track together, you know, gate to wire together and finish on the line with a head bob. Not going to be surprised by that either.
The first half of the late daily double is coming up.
You need the 2, Dan?
Penultimate race before our headliner, the Curlin Florida Derby here. This is a great field.
So 18-1 on the 2 for Dan. Let's take a look at these horses on the track. Really want to get, I really more than anything want to get a good look at the 5, who's 8-5 right now. Honestly, that 6 does not look that great. Just looks okay. Really want to get a look at the 5 now. Seven looks okay. I think 1-5-5-1. Third race off the layoff of the 1. 1 looks very good. Figures to be a lot tighter today. Just would love to get a look at the 5. But Carla Gaines has always got them looking really good.
It's post time.
I'm going to guess.
I'm
going to guess 1-5-5-1, and then maybe even take the 7 horse for 3rd, with those non-gate drills.
Pars and birdies.
Seven acting up in the gate.
Pars and birdies acting up. Rider jumps off.
And that could be partly without no gate drills. And just the opposite. I don't like seeing a ton of gate drills. Give me 1 or 2 with a first time starter. But none or too many, right? And the horse is going on the gate and not prepared for it. You got the 3 to go in. And I think the 5's the last one to go in. Never got a chance to look at that 5. There it is. Very nice. Very nice. Off of looks, I like the 5 and the 1. And I hope the 1 gets a flyer out of the gate.
We need marketing to the outside. They're in the gate. And they're off. Bilber and Joe Jonick is very quick. Far outside, we need marketing. Here's 6 feet, and 'Tis a Good Thing is flashing plenty of early gas, too. It will be 6 feet to set the pace, opening up 2 lengths. 'Tis a Good Thing second, Bilber and Joe Jonick third, followed by We Need Marketing. A gap of 5 to the next flight. It's Gold Express inside Ghostly Act. Another 2 back to Ship and Scam, and then a distance to both Pars and Birdies and Uncle John. They're approaching the quarter pole. 6 feet, 'Tis a Good Thing, Bilber and Joe Jonick next. 4 lengths back, Ship and Scam trying to make a little bit of headway with the purple cap. There's an 1/8 of a mile to go, and 6 feet digging in. Bilber and Joe Jonick into second. Outside comes Ghostly Act. At the rail, 'Tis a Good Thing, a 16th to go, and it's 6 feet. 6 feet. Another for Richard Barton, Ryan Hansen, and Ramon Vasquez.
185.
6 feet easily. Ghostly Act was second. Third between 'Tis a Good Thing and
185.
Ship.
That pace number is so good. Like, I don't know how it does it, but it's incredible. All right. We need the 3 horse here. Gray's Fable. EquinEdge's second pick, 9-2 currently. 6 horse is your lukewarm favorite at 5-2. Really nobody taking a bunch of action. The 5 horse Fort Washington, I genuinely think we can beat this horse. It's going to come from way back. The rail is out. I think the race between the 3 and the 6. Let's see what happens here. This is the Appleton Stakes. And they're running for $150,000. Also in the Coast to Coast pick 5, we have both the 3 and the 6 as well. All right, big race. Come on, 3.
The horses are at the gate. It's post time for the 71st running of the Appleton. 1 mile on the turf for $150,000 in guaranteed purse money. Steady On is 2-1. Fort Washington is 5-2. The Ortiz brothers have put on a clinic so far today. Jose rides Fort Washington. Irad on Steady On. The Gray County final going forward. That leaves just one more. Waiting for Dreams of Tomorrow to the outside gate. They're at the post. Racing in the Appleton. Fort Washington was a step slow to start. Quick off the blocks was Churchtown, who heads off for the early lead. Steady On moves to take second in county finals. The Grays a bit headstrong while racing in third. Dreams of Tomorrow very wide on the course. He's about 6 or 7 deep. Gallardo's on the go with Striker. Striker's up to challenge Churchtown for the lead. Back from there, it's Lucky Curlin and saving ground toward the rail. He's Pure Gold. It's a length and a half to Super Dormy, who's on a hold about 5 lengths off the speed. The 2 at the back are Gray's Fable and Fort Washington. 24-1 for the opening quarter. Jockey Luis Saez and Churchtown clear a length and a quarter. Striker is there second. Tugging up on the outside, that's Roaring 40s. He's now third. Then it's the Gray County final with Steady On toward the inside. Way out the center, Dreams of Tomorrow. Widest of all is Super Dormy. He's Pure Gold is together with Lucky Curlin, then Gray's Fable. And if Fort Washington wins, he'll pass everybody in less than half a mile as they went 47-2 to the opening half-mile speed. Into the far turn, they race in the Appleton. The leader is still Churchtown. Striker is second. Roaring 40s on the outside third. Steady On now fourth. County final is there fifth. Splitting horses and Lucky Curlin. Traffic trouble for Fort Washington. Jose Ortiz trying to find him some racetrack as he's underway with 8 lengths to make up and a quarter of a mile left to go. Up front, it's still Churchtown, the target. He leads by 2. Steady On is there second. From between horses, Fort Washington down the center and Super Dormy. Less than an eighth of a mile to go. Here's Steady On, driving forward under Irad to take the lead, and he'll win it. Steady On for Rapoli Stable. Maybe it's more to come from Churchtown second, and up third is Fort Washington.
All right.
134 and 2.
That's okay. That's okay. We got the 6 horse on the coast to coast, which is big. I think I had the 3 on both of my tickets. I did. You know what? I'm either way. Well, if the 9 horse wins, I probably have a big chance of winning the tournament anyway. So, yeah, you've been Darsh. You've been really seeing things well. So, not unhappy with that at all. We talked about the 9 running a good race, Steady On. The 6 wins the race, goes off at 9-5. So we'll see what that does to me in the tournament. And we got 5 minutes before this race number 5 over at Golden Gate Fields. And we've got the Florida Derby coming up next, probably in about 40 minutes from now. So, wow. Nice Exacta-Whiz. Nice, Mike. Three just didn't really fire. Was wide, ended up getting like 5th and finished, but I mean, yeah, just didn't fire. That tactical speed's so important. I felt strongly we were going to beat that 5 horse though. It just keeps picking up checks, minor checks.
Maybe a little foreshadowing here in Hallandale Beach as the team that will bring you Forte in the upcoming Florida Derby wins the Appleton with number 6, Steady On. Number 9, Churchtown fought the good fight, but he was second. Number 5, Fort Washington was third. Number 8, Lucky Curlin ran fourth, and the 11 county final is 5th. 6, 9, 5, 8, 11. Steady On.
Rapoli Stable getting the win for Todd Pletcher. Irad Ortiz with another winner today, killing it. And let's get out the Golden Gate Fields. Every time Adarsh says, "What do you think of a horse?" it wins. So Adarsh likes the 7. Let's see here. You know what I noticed here, just in the few races that we've watched at Golden Gate Fields? I've noticed that horses have been coming from behind, and there seems to be some speed in here. 1, 2, and 3 are very fast, which could set it up for the 7 horse. But horse 1 last time out breaking its maiden. It's going from a 40 to a 48, so it has to improve. This horse here never been 6 furlongs. I like the 7. I think 7's going to be sitting in 4th position behind the 1, 2, and 3, who could be dueling, and the horse is getting bet, and I think it's going to sit a good trip, good connections. I think they come right back and probably win this race. Chavez does a good job of sitting and then pouncing. So I like the 7 to win this race at Golden Gate Fields. You know, you could get a price. You could get the 4, 5, or 6 to get second. Maybe do a 7 over 4, 5, and 6 exacta, and maybe a 7 over 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6 trifecta, and hope that the 1, 2, and 3 stop. I'm going against the top EquinEdge picks, which is not usually a recipe for success, but why not? All right, let's get out to Golden Gate Fields. Yeah, I think 7's going to sit a nice trip. Two to 1. Here's a look at your winner. Irad Ortiz. You know, was it last weekend or the weekend before when I was over at Gulfstream Park? I was really like, I was in the jocks room and I was just watching all the jockeys interact with each other, and you could see who the man was clearly. No joke. I mean, it was Irad. He was there joking and getting everybody together. Like he was
on the gate, which means
look at that.
We are about set for a start
Look at
here.
that. Wow.
Race number 5 kicks off.
Big group of
the
people.
Pick 5.
Good for them. What a good time, right? On Florida Derby Day, you win. That's pretty cool. But anyways, Irad, he's got something about him in person. He's got an energy about him, a leadership quality about him. He's no matter what you think of him, man, that guy can absolutely ride. But in fact, I was in there and he said hello.
And the runners are facing up to
He
the
didn't have
gates here,
to.
ladies and
It was
gentlemen.
nice.
A few of them have gone in. Menda Mill, Adams
All right,
Creed,
so
creating
I
memories.
think the 1, 2, and 3 are going to duel, and we could see the 7 horse sit a nice trip. Let's see what happens.
Channel.
Yeah, he has
Here's Many
charisma.
Markets, post position at number 6 in the red, white, and blue. 2 more runners to round out the group. Lady Gregory.
Can't
to
wait
the
for
outside
Saratoga
post.
and Del Mar,
And then
Dan.
after Lady Gregory, we wait on the rail horse. She's so shiny. She's so shiny coming up to the gate. And She's So Shiny is it. We're ready to go. And we're off. Good beginning. She's So Shiny on the inside. Rockets towards the lead. Establishes a clear leader. At least Spanish Channel takes second with Menda Mill. Many Markets is there. Lady Gregory. Those 4 right behind the front runner. She's So Shiny down the back stretch. That quartet, a joint second's about 3 ahead of Adams Creed and another 4 back to the trailer early on, creating memories with a half-mile
I mean,
to go.
clearly the 7 wants to go.
She's So Shiny off the layoff. She's fresh.
I mean,
she's in front.
I
And
just
approaches the
don't
forward turn
understand.
around, length and a half,
I'm
clear
not a fan of
trio.
Chavez,
Many
really,
Markets
because
is
he
the one who's
strangles
dropped back
horses to
completely
death.
In the second last position.
But I mean,
looks like she's called it a day.
because that does take a lot of energy out of a
Neck
horse.
to claim the second position. Lady Gregory alongside
Now,
her.
unfortunately,
Spanish Channel back to 4th
the
now
one
under
got a clear
pressure.
lead.
Adams Creed's trying to get another
And that's what you have to
She's
worry
5
about
lengths
when you're dealing with
behind this
pace
front
horses.
running. She's So
And it's going to be
Shiny
very
at the
difficult to
top
catch
of the
this
lane.
one,
She's So
getting an
Shiny,
easy lead
all
like
alone up
this.
top.
And the
margin's
jockey on the
4 now
7
with a
strangling
furlong
the.
to go.
Just so you know, if you
Adams
ever
Creed
use
coming out of the
Chavez,
pack.
he's a
Menda
guy
Mill
that
is
wants to
beaten at this
sit.
point badly
make a
with
run.
Lady
Every
Gregory
time.
for
That's his
minor
style.
award. She's So Shiny.
And he
Kevin
killed this
Radke,
horse.
They've blitzed him today.
Not that he would have beat the one
She was
anyways.
well prepared off the layoff by Tim McKenna. That's 2 wins for the McKenna stable. She's So Shiny romps.
You know, that's the thing you always have to worry about with the pace number. Not the pace number, well, with pace. So, and in this situation, you had a horse with a good win percentage. And you got an easy lead. Cut back in distance. Tim McKenna claimed this horse back in June. Hasn't been seen. She hasn't been seen since. Probably oldie. I was an old basketball player. Football and basketball were my thing. Okay, what's happening here? I'm in 11th. I am not without a shot. That 9 wins that last race. 6th race at Santa Anita. I have the 6 horse. But I think first of all, the pace number for the 1 is sick, but its class might be a little suspect here. Okay? That's the thing. The 6 horse is the real deal in this race. Absolutely faced way too tough last time out from the rail. Now this horse, it gets a good post. 6 is going to run big. No, I have no doubt. But 1 could get away. Get it, Mike. So we're alive in our coast to coast, right? Let's see here, coast to coast. We did it for, I think, 120. And we need the 1 or 6 in here. And then we're spread with 5 horses. And then single to the 1. I mean, that 4 horse win in the first leg at 8 to 1 is good. So we got a shot. One to 9. Wow. All right, let's check this out. So here's the Curlin Florida Derby. 1 to 9 on Forte from this post with no speed. Now, you can see this horse has the class. 4 horse Mage or Madge. Look, this horse broke its maiden going gate to wire and then got a 4th place finish in the Fountain of Youth. Other than that, it's a hard read. I'm a big fan of Castellano, and I hope he will. I really do hope he's going to sit on the 9. I don't want him to go. Just get a relaxed trip and show a different dimension. I think this horse, they always thought this horse had talent. Now, I don't know what happened in the Fountain of Youth. Let's look. So we're looking in the Fountain of Youth. Faced Forte. And let's take a look at the race.
Dangerous Ride to take the
Madge
outside.
is the 7 horse. Cyclone Mischief is the 9. Forte is the 4.
And they're off in the Fountain of Youth Stakes. Forte was away cleanly enough, but Cyclone Mischief was first to begin, and he's ridden for the early lead. Up on the outside, Dangerous Ride has the same idea, so the outside 2 horses cross over and lead the way. Legacy Isle, meanwhile, angles off the inside, and Forte slides through at his inside.
You can see Forte is just sitting on the rail.
Mage is wide on the course. Il Miracolo is headstrong while third
Mage
last.
is the 7 horse that's wide
the early
on the
trailer is
outside.
Shadow Dragon. They make their way by an opening quarter.
They went 24 flat here in this
Cyclone
race.
Mischief has the lead, and he has the rail. He leads by a length. Over long shot, racing second is Dangerous Ride. Out deep on the course in Mage, 3 wide Rocket Can. Perfectly spotted early is Forte. The Breeders' Cup champion is only 3 lengths off the lead with Legacy Isle on his outside. These top flight horses have gone 5 ahead of Shadow Dragon, then Blazing Sevens and Il Miracolo. Half a mile to go. They go to the first finish line in the 2023 Fountain of Youth Stakes. They went 47 3 for a half mile. Cyclone Mischief, he's been in front from the outset, and he still has the lead. Rocket Can starts to make a bid second. 3 wide Mage is third. Irad Ortiz Jr. has strong hold of Forte. He looks ready to roll, just needs some open racetrack. Dangerous Ride calls it an afternoon, then Legacy Isle as they run to the top of the stretch. Irad decides to swing out, and Forte is on the go now. Cyclone Mischief fights to hold it. From between horses, it's Rocket Can. Mage is 3 wide, but a big presence 4 wide in the form of Forte. 4 across the course as they straighten for home. Out in the center, Forte tries to overhaul Cyclone Mischief, who's very game, but Forte's very good. As a 3-year-old, he debuts with an easy victory in the Fountain of Youth Stakes. Here's your 2-year-old champion. Here's Forte, geared down.
Look, Cyclone Mischief did not run a bad race there at all. And you're getting 25 to 1 on this horse right now. Castellano might be a fresh face. So, also, you might not know that the Florida Derby was inaugurated in 1952. Can you guess the only horse to win all 3 Gulfstream Park Kentucky Derby prep races? Spectacular bid. The Holy Bull, the Fountain of Youth, and the Florida Derby. And the trainer, Todd Pletcher's won 5 Florida Derbies. So, pretty incredible. And it also, by the way, the Florida Derby actually ranks among the most important road to the Kentucky Derby qualifiers. Did you know that? It's produced 24 Kentucky Derby winners. So, and when's the last time a Florida bred? Can anybody guess the last time a Florida bred won the Kentucky Derby? So Medina Spirit won for Baffert, right, a few years ago, but got disqualified and lost that, right? Anybody know? Anybody guess? The last Florida bred horse to win the Kentucky Derby? You got to go all the way back to 1997 and Silver Charm. Silver Charm. The only Florida bred in this race is a big long shot, Shaq Diesel. Love the name, don't love the horse. And so theoretically, the second place, by the way, there's not a lot of points in the Derby right now. Forte is like second, I think, with 90. But the second place horse here in the Florida Derby gets 40 points. That might be enough to actually get you into the Florida Derby, the Kentucky Derby. So, and of course, last year's Florida Derby winner, you guys know who that was, right? Wada Barrio, under Tyler Gaffalione and Safi Joseph, finished 16th in the Kentucky Derby. So 16th in the Kentucky Derby. No. Gonna do this to me. The claimer for Lucas was a $50,000 claimer that Chris Antley was on. Charismatic. Standing to race number 6. I need the 6 horse to win. I think the 6 is the best horse. The 1's got a huge pace advantage. The 3 gets the bug. Okay, 3 was claimed for $10,000 last time out by Dean Peterson, who's 29%, but he doesn't use the bug. And he adds blinkers to this horse, or blinkers off, excuse me. So I don't know. I like the 6 over the 1. So we're going to stay here at Santa Anita and watch this race. Box of Chocolates looks really tough to me. I've got 631, 613. I like the 6. But this is a huge, huge pace advantage for the 1. Huge. Same connections won on this horse last. No, they didn't win last time out. Going 1,000 yards around the hook over at Los Alamitos. Did not run good. But, I mean, this horse needs the lead. So you can see when this horse gets the lead, it runs pretty darn good. It actually ran good here on September 25th last year and barely lost. And it was, it was back a little bit. But I have no doubt this horse is going straight to the lead. But I just think the 6 horse is ready for a big effort. Class of the field as well. When I look at this 6 horse, I see 6.5 furlongs from the rail against a 60 group and was only 4 lengths back at the stretch before the jockey just let off. That was the first time for Wong. Drops the horse in below the claim price a little bit, but it's a $24,000 purse. Sits a really nice trip. I think this horse is going to run a big race. Oh, wow. So Tony Zhao passed me, and he's tremendous. Really good handicapper. Very good handicapper. So, I have a decision to make. My goal coming in, honestly, was just to qualify for the NHC. So, but we'll stay here at Santa Anita first, and then I'll make a decision on what to do. Again, I'm on the 6. $21-1 on Cyclone Mischief. I just maybe he gets a really good trip and Castellanos sits back on him, right? That's a possibility. One to 5 right now on Forte. Won easily last time out, no doubt about it. It's going to be interesting to see the kind of trip that he gets. Is Irad going to have to send and ask him to be closer to the pace than he really wants to be? David, I'm not sure how many seats. I'm going to look right now. Oh, you know what? Let's see. I think they sent me an email. So here it is. So first place NHC seat. How many seats are there to the NHC total? 3. So top 3 would get NHC. Top 3. I mean, that is my goal, right? I got to figure. That's a tough call. It's a tough call. No, we started streaming at 4 o'clock, Ivan. I don't know why you got... I don't... You know what? You can subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, and you'll get a notification there as well. I'm not sure why you didn't get that. Oh, David, Oldie, I'm curious what you guys think. You guys think that I should just sit, which is definitely not my style, now that Tony's passed me. But my aggressiveness is helped me early, but not helped me late. All right, let's watch this race here at Santa Anita. We've got about 10 minutes before the Florida Derby. I like the 6 horse a lot here. Bill says shoving it all in on Forte. I definitely take the NHC, Oldie. And Dan says sit. All right, well, we're going to have a decision to make here. Let's see what happens here at Santa Anita.
Mr. Clutch hesitates briefly.
We've got the 1 and the 6 here in the coast to coast. Middle of the road, Steven. I was thinking about maybe just spending $1,000 and trying to figure out what I'd do with it, but I'm playing against Forte.
4 more to go in.
You know, should I put the 1,000 on the 9? I'd win the tournament then, most likely. I don't know. I respect Forte, but that post is brutal. I seriously don't know what to do. This will be a last-second decision.
Mighty Matt to the outside. They're in the gate.
Perry says Forte's day.
And they're off. Slow beginnings for Vicente's Shadow and Box of Chocolates.
6 broke terrible.
Cat Bernay is vying for the early lead and takes it now, opens up a length. Midnight Special comes away in second. Afternoon Heat third in the early going. And Mighty Matt moving right up into contention, only a half length off the pace. Then Mr. Clutch in fifth, followed wide by Vicente's Shadow and Box of Chocolates at the back of the field. It's Cabernet, Midnight Special, and a 3-wide Mighty Matt. They have 5/16 of a mile to run. Vicente's Shadow takes fourth. Box of Chocolates trying to mount a bid from well out of it. Afternoon Heat has 3 lengths to make up. And at the rail, Mr. Clutch with the white blinkers. Wide open at the top of the lane. Mighty Matt comes calling for the lead. Between horses, Afternoon Heat running a good race. Midnight Special boxing on center of the track is Vicente's Shadow
6 broke
finishing
terrible.
with a flourish. It's Midnight Special and Mighty Matt head and head for the wire. Mighty Matt, Midnight Special could go either way. Midnight Special by a nostril. Mighty Matt was second. Photo for third between Afternoon Heat and Vicente's Shadow. Just behind them, Mr. Clutch.
Had a chance to use the 1, 3, and 6, and I just used the 1 and 6 for us. All right, we're out.
It's a
okay.
photo finish.
We got to get here to this race. That's exactly what I was thinking, David, honestly. Exactly what you're saying. Exactly what you're saying. But the problem is that I don't know what exactas to do because, you know, that post is really tough. But there's a part of me that feels like Irad will figure it out. But that horse has no speed from the 11 hole. That is not a good place to be from that there. right? It's just not. So the problem is, I don't know who I would play. Yeah, it's true, JR. Let's take a look. Guys, I think the 9 horse can run a good race.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gulfstream Park First Racing and Hillendale Farms proudly present to you now the 72nd running of the Florida Derby. A mile and an eighth on the fast main track for $1 million in guaranteed purse money. Here's the field. Number 1 is Young Frau, owned by Juddmont Farm and trained by Bill Mott, the jockey Paco Lopez. Number 2, West Coast Cowboy, owned by the Gentry Farms and trained by Safi Joseph Jr., Sonny Leone rides. Number 3 is Shaq Diesel.
Mike, I didn't look at the Arkansas Derby.
Chester Bishop, Anthony Hickson,
I didn't even look at it,
Biggs,
honestly. I was so focused
trained by Ronaldo Richards with Miguel Vasquez.
On the coast to coast.
Number 4 is Mage, owned by Sterling Racing, OGMA Investments, Ramiro Restrepo, and CMNW LTH, trained by Gustavo Delgado, ridden by Luis Saez. Number 5 is Mr. Peaks, owned by C2 Racing Stable and trained by Safi Joseph Jr. with Edwin Gonzalez up. Number 6 is Nautical Star, owned by C2 Racing Stable and Stefania Farm, trained by Safi Joseph Jr., ridden by Lionel Reyes. Number 7 is Il Miracolo, owned by Alexandres LLC, trained by Antonio Sano with Jesus Rios. The 8 is Mr. Ripple, owned by Legacy Racing, trained by Safi Joseph Jr., the jockey Edgard Zayas. Number 9, Cyclone Mischief, owned by Albaugh Family Stable and Castleton Lions, trained by Dale Romans, ridden by Javier Castellano. The 10 is Fort Bragg, trained by Tim Yakteen for Joel Rosario up, SF Racing, Starlight Racing, Masterson, Stone Street, Schoenhofer, Waves Edge Racing, and Catherine Donovan owned. Number 11 is 2-year-old champion Forte, owned by St. Elias Stable and Rapoli Stable, trained by Todd Pletcher with Irad Ortiz Jr. Rounding out the field, number 12, WNL, owned by West Paces Racing and Stone Street Stable, trained by Danny Gargan, ridden by Jose Ortiz. 12 3-year-olds go one lap around the Hallandale Beach Oval for $1 million in guaranteed purse money. The 2023 Curlin Florida Derby is up next.
Oh, thank you for saying that. Thank you so much. I appreciate you joining as well. So, guys, here's what I saw. I swear to you, I'm not just saying this. Maybe I'm hoping for it. I really thought the 9 looked amazing. I think we might get a really good ride on this horse. I think what I'm going to do is bet the 9 to win and then do an exacta 4-9 or 4-11 with 9. So I'm going to play the 9 to be first and second and bet a little bit of money. I think that's my best shot. Let's make sure I'm on the right race. 9. Fort Bragg. What do we know about Fort? He didn't look that great on the track. Coming in from Santa Anita for Tim Yakteen. Used to be trained by Baffert. Training very fast. there's so many long shots in here that the 11 could be really, really tough. I'm gonna do an exacta box. $9.11. That's it. There's nothing in this race. True. There really is not much in this race. With Tony passing me, it kind of changes the complexion, of everything here. So but I would love to get an NHC seat. I still win money, right? So, I couldn't be unhappy with that. Normally, I'm super aggressive, as most of you probably know. I don't like getting second, third. I only like to win. But that strategy has not been working for me of late. I've been in the lead, or right there in the lead, or in the lead in almost every tournament I've played in the last couple of months. Not everyone, but a lot of them. And then I peter out, being too aggressive. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, there's probably a lot of people that are taking Forte to win and then, maybe doing it in exacta. I'm sure they're doing it in exacta to the 4. They're doing it at you know what I mean? Like maybe they're doing an exacta to a long shot. They could be. Let's see what trifecta for $12. 9, 10, 11, 12. What's the story with this 12 for? That's not a great post to be. There's just not much in this race. What do you guys think of this 12 horse? His first race as a 3-year-old, it absolutely steadied at the first. But it just had an atrocious trip. Thank you, David. You can't like the 12. No, I'm thinking the same thing. For sure, Jack. No doubt. Is it me? Do you guys think that Forte looks all that right now? Do you see what I'm saying? It looks okay. Doesn't he look wet to you? Look at his neck. Look at his legs. I don't know. Is this his day? God, I would love this 9 to win. Right? Very sweaty, right? He really looks lathered up, honestly. I thought the 9 looked tremendous. Well, the Florida Derby coming up here, and $1 million on the line, 100 points to the winner towards the Kentucky Derby, 40 points for second, 30 points for third, 20 points for fourth, and 10 points for fifth. 40 points might get you into the Kentucky Derby this year, so a second place finish here would be very, very important. That's true, Anthony. I'm really not one to play a Dale Romans horse, but It's not televised on NBC? Get it, Demetrios. Oof. Big race. Big race.
The horses are approaching the starting gate. 1 minute.
Yeah, that's true. If the 9 wins, then I'll get second in that online tournament. So that'll get me a seat as well. I would be tremendous if this 9 win. The 9 wins, I most likely win this tournament as well. Well, they're at the gate.
The horses are at the gate. It's post time for the Florida Derby. A field of 12 at 1 1/8 around the Hallandale Beach Oval for $1 million. All eyes on number 11, Forte, under jockey Irad Ortiz Jr. Il Miracolo, Mr. Ripple, fractious behind the gate. West Coast Cowboy walks forward. Here's long shot Shaq Diesel. Young Frau is ready with the rail draw. Cyclone Mischief in the blue colors of the Albaugh family stable. Mage waits his turn. Mage going forward. Here's Fort Bragg. Mr. Peaks. 3 more. Waiting for Nautical Star, Forte, and from the outside, WNL. Forte goes in quietly. WNL drawn the outside gate for trainer Danny Gargan to complete the line. They're in the gate. Forte tosses his head around, settles in. And they're off in the Curlin Florida Derby. It was an excellent beginning for Forte. He'll be able to duck over some from his outside draw. Meanwhile, West Coast Cowboy firing through at the inside to take the early lead. Fort Bragg got over quickly, and he's on to take over now. Fort Bragg from the 10 post to the rail and on top 1.5 lengths. Mr. Peaks is now second with West Coast Cowboy in third. Young Frau between horses. Mr. Ripple is next. Cyclone Mischief is stacked 4 wide, 5 wide. WNL. And that's 1.5 lengths to Il Miracolo. Irad Ortiz Jr. and Forte. They're toward the back of the field while 3 wide. Shaq Diesel is next, then Nautical Star, and Mage is last of all as they complete the opening quarter in 23-2. Down the backstretch they go. Jockey Joel Rosario and Fort Bragg on top by 2.5. Mr. Peaks is second. Mr. Ripple is third. West Coast Cowboy is down toward the inside. Working out in the center is Cyclone Mischief. Then it's Young Frau. Forte starting to get a bit closer now. He's about 6 lengths off the speed through a 46 3/2 mile. Strong fractions being put up by Fort Bragg. He heads into the far turn on top by 2. Mr. Peaks is second. Mr. Ripple is third. Up on the outside, it's Forte. He's starting to get to work now. He's about 8 lengths off this loose leader with 5/16 remaining. Fort Bragg tries to sneak away. He has the lead by 2.5. Mr. Ripple, he's now second. Cyclone Mischief moves up on the outside third. Forte's locked in as Mage begins to roll from the back. They race past the quarter-mile pole in the Florida Derby, and Mage got the jump on Forte as he goes to get Fort Bragg. Cyclone Mischief is fighting hard. He's still right there.
Come on, Castellano! Come on, Castellano! Come on, Castellano!
Turn away, Mage.
Go!
Forte better hurry up.
Come on, Castellano!
Oh! Forte starts to gather in the top horses. Here comes Forte. This is going to be very close, but the champion prevails. Forte wins over Mage. Mage was second. Third, Cyclone Mischief. Then Mr. Ripple, Fort Bragg for the high five. He gave you a scare, but he got it done. On to Louisville for Forte.
Oh, God. Oh. Wow. I mean, from that post position, amazing. Like, pretty amazing. Got to give it up to Forte. Wow. I thought for a second we were going to have a duel between the 4 and the 9, and we were going to get the advantage there. Oh, gosh. We gave him a go. There's Forte, Irad Ortiz. He's such a good jockey, you guys. I mean, you got to give it up to him. That's true. That's true, JR. That's true. Wow. Amazing. 11-4-9. Even 11-9 would have been nice. You know? Yeah, it did, Shad. But then the 9 was right there too. Oh man.
Guys, I have 4.
Oh, my pleasure, Jim. Thanks for hanging out with me today, you guys. So all right, well, I don't know. We'll see how I end up in the tournament.
That was very, very.
Hopefully I can get a third place finish. That would be a lot of fun. And I appreciate you guys hanging with me today. Forte wins the Florida Derby. Big shout out to my team. Brian did an amazing job producing behind the scenes. I got to give a big shout out to Brad and his team and Emmeline and Anna. Just everybody, Alexis, and just so many people that make it happen, like for all this to come together. A lot more is coming this year too, you guys. So stay tuned. Can't thank Oliver enough for writing that letter at the Financial Times, or not the letter, the story, which was incredible, and introduced EquinEdge to a lot of new people. So which was pretty darn cool. And so I can't thank you guys. The chat room was fantastic today. Hey, we gave him a go though. I tell you what, I'm seeing things a little bit better. You know, my goal is just to be in the NHC and do well in the tournaments, and I did well. So I have no complaints. Wherever it ends up, I'm crossing my fingers I at least got third and I could get an NHC seat, which would be great. So still early in the year, and hopefully my goal was to get 2 NHC seats this year. So, so congratulations to the connections as well. No, I have to get Jay. I'm so sorry. I got to get. But big shout out to Santa Anita as well. If I missed anybody, Riley, there's a bunch of people. If I missed anybody, Andrew, Tyler, all of Santa Anita and the Stronach group, big shout out to them too. All right, you guys. So thank you so much, and we'll see you. We're gonna do a coast to coast next week. NHC 2022 champ David Harrison's gonna be with me the entire show. So look forward to that, and you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next time. Okay? Thank you so much. We'll see you.